So you guys may not know me well, but I like watching movies. And today I'm going to be talking about a movie that was hyped up a lot, and then I finally got to watch it and I thought it was mid. Yes, I'm talking about the new FNAF movie today. I'm not going to show clips or anything. I'm probably not even going to edit this like I do most videos, like I do just sitting here talking about it. But yeah, I want to talk about the FNAF movie and how I thought it was just mid overall. If you haven't seen it yet, I watched it free on Discord. And even go lie to you, I usually never do that, but this movie was like something that was on Peacock, and I probably could have easily had just watched Peacock instead. But I was like, I'm just gonna watch it on here. It was taken straight from Peacock as well, and it was high quality. It looked nice, and I was like, I'm just gonna watch it. So number one, I will say this movie isn't terrible. This people saying that it's ass or hot ass are lying. This movie was not that bad, but it was teetering that. However, the movie is really well picked up by how just hilarious it is. There are some scenes that shouldn't have been funny, but I sat here laughing for like 10 minutes because of just how stupid it was. The movie's outrageous. I'll say that. It's outrageous in what it is, but it's a really good movie. And if you, I don't mean really good, it's a mid, but if you like a movie that's like hilarious, that it's supposed to be horror, then but that movie is your movie. Now, I am going to be getting into spoilers, as in things that happen in this movie that you may not want to know that happens. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, I'm just going to get it out by the way right now. I already just said the movie is hilarious. There are a couple cameos, and it's just okay. If you do want to go watch it, go ahead and watch it whenever you can. If you are hyped for it, then you will love the movie. If you weren't, then you won't like the movie. That's all I'll say. Now, for those who have all left, because now there are spoilers, this is the spoiler section. This video does not end with there and being no spoilers. I'm not gonna leave a timestamp. I'm just gonna tell you now there will be spoilers from this point on. So if you're gonna go watch the movie, go ahead and watch it. If you aren't going to, then stick around for the rest of the video. I will be talking about it in a bit of detail. So now that everyone else is gone, yeah, it's just mid. I find it a little weird about how like the twist ends off that the guy that hired him is the guy who is also Springtrap. I do like the at first, right? I thought it was an actual dead dude, right? Near the very end of the movie, I'm actually talking about the ending. I thought it was a dead guy. And that's where I was like, okay, this is dope. It even shows it like there's a dead body in there and like he's moving like he's real. I thought that was the coolest detail ever. But then it came up the issue of this ending just kind of happens. It just there was no build up to this guy being dead. There was no other like scenes with this guy. He's just here now. And that's where I was like, well, this movie sucks. This is terrible. What the hell is happening? And then when he took off the mask, I didn't know who the hell he was. I was like, oh, he's alive. Okay, whatever. That's cool and all. Whatever. And I just keep watching it. And then there was a joke. There was a joke made that threw me off so hard that I was like, oh shit. And it was the that's two jobs joke. That was funny as fuck. I won't lie to you. That made me laugh so much because I was like, this guy gets zero screen time. But I understand this is a PG-13 movie, all that blah blah blah. They couldn't really do the stream thing where it was kind of just like you sit around this guy and you're kind of just like, well, wait a second. This guy could definitely be him. I kind of suspected it at the very beginning. I was like, there's just no way you can hire this guy on out of nowhere. But it was also the thing with his last name. That was kind of obvious. I felt that one was an obvious throwaway. I was like, he definitely the golden what's it called Golden Freddy. I definitely knew he was Garrett. At least I think he was Garrett, or he died in. They don't really explain that well, or at all. They don't explain Garrett. Garrett's never really explained. They say he dies, but either he's Golden Freddy or he isn't. I don't know, man. This is weird as shit to me, but whatever. Next thing I want to talk about is the side plot with the the aunt. That was the worst side plot to Grace Planet Earth. The only thing it really did was just to show that the animatronics were alive, and then past a certain point, they're kind of just established that it's just so out of nowhere. And that's where I think the pacing is just a little weird because something happens and then another thing happens and it's just back to back. You're like, oh, okay, they're just alive now. There was no like huge buildup. It just happens. But it doesn't really hinder the movie because it's a kid's movie. I'm gonna say it's a kids movie. It felt like a kids movie. It has a lot of beats where that's just not kind of a thing. But there also was that kill with the bite, which I was wholeheartedly expecting Markiplier to be a cameo in the movie, but he's not. But we'll get to that in a second. But yeah, motherfucking her death was was the only cool death in the movie. It looked CGI'd as hell, looked animated as hell, but it was pretty cool to have that kill in there. But yeah, no, it kind of just happened and then stopped. That was it. Also, that girl didn't deserve that. I feel like that could have did something with her, but once again, the runtime of the movie couldn't really expect much to do with her there. Um, man, this movie was fucking outrageous. I literally just got done watching it. That's why I'm so able to vividly remember shit. The side plot with Mike and his sleep shit, that was the only, I guess that was the main plot, I suppose. But there's one part in the movie that I feel like makes no sense to me. And it's the I think it's the second night with Abby in the building. It's with Vanessa. It's when she's talking about why Abby's there, but he doesn't explain it properly. And this is what I think a lot of movies and even video games suffer from, is that the lack of explanation. People are terrible at explaining things, and it shows. When she asks him that question, you know what his response is? Every time I come here now, I feel like Abby has a lot better way of contacting the ghosts and shit like that. Instead of saying, my babysitter went fucking missing and I can't find her. So the only alternative I have at the time is to bring her here. But ever since that night, I saw she communicate with them. I'm bringing her here to see if she could benefit me in that way. Which, sir, still sounds bad, but it's better than him not explaining that at all. Because you can't sympathize with him when he's just sounding like he's a dickhead. You know what I mean? Like, it's just weird. But yeah, that was another thing that threw me off. I feel like all of the plots either benefit from lack of communication or just happening just to happen, and then it just abruptly ends. You know? Like the whole side plot with the aunt, she just dies. She just dies. There was no true resolution. They kill her. Like, there was no like ending where it's like, oh yeah, Mike, you could take care of her. You're good at what you do, man. Congratulations, and then she gets like taken to jail or some shit. I wish she was more involved in the Freddy shit. That would have been amazing if she was like some accomplice and hired him on whatever. I mean, I'm thinking a little too weirdly in that aspect. Also, you don't know what I'm playing with. I got this from a fire station. Keychain and shit on it. Has a knife. I don't even know the other one. I think it's a bottle opener, a flashlight, and a pen on it. It's dope. I got one, and I'm just messing around with it. It's like my new fidget bullshit. But yeah, that would just weird. It just weirds me out that that's how that ended. Every one of them got murdered. There was no true resolution to that. Which once again, runtime, maybe a sequel. Which I said I don't want a sequel. I don't. We need to stop. There doesn't need to be a sequel. Like no, like there doesn't need to be one. There's the games to explain that, and I feel like you go on a tangent with all this bullshit, then you're like just milking it, and that's what I don't like when it feels like you're just adding on to something that doesn't need to be added on. But next on the list, the cameos. I want to talk about the cameos. And number one, I didn't notice Matt Pat until he started talking, and I was like, holy shit. And then he said it's a theory, and he sounds like a fucking nerd too. But I like how with all the like game theories channel he has, like all the theories channel he has, that part where he's talking about the food just works. It's just amazing on how it just works for him. That role was made for him, and that's what I love. Corey, I love that one too. That one was amazing. He literally screams like he got scared in a video game, and that was like the best thing ever. That filled me with dopamine, bro. That was like I was like, oh my god. I don't think there was any other cameos that I noticed. I only noticed the two. I also noticed the poster that looked really cool as well. But one thing I didn't like was that there was no Markiplier, which fair enough. He wasn't in the movie. That's fine. There was no small cameo or anything. It wasn't like how people have like the fucking camera and shit. That was hilarious. But yeah, no. Unfortunately, there's no Markiplier cameo that I know of. Um, which I mean, once again, fair enough. He has other things to do, so I'm pretty sure they couldn't get him on to do it anyway. But I'm pretty sure that's all of it. I'm not recapping the movie because if I were to do so, people would get really mad at me. Unless you guys want to see that. If you guys do want to see a full recap of that, let me know and I'll probably do it on my second channel. I'll probably recap it and then go more in depth on the review and shit like that. Because I have access to the movie. Just saying. Actually, I might go ahead and just fucking. Am I able to fucking just? Probably not. Huh? Yeah, this is a full on fucking. Oh, it doesn't work anymore. This is it. Wait, did I just fucking? I cleared that. All right. Well, anyway. Yeah, this was a short video. I won't even lie to you. This was fucking fast, and I'm gonna post it because I'm cool. But yeah, for those who just watch this, and it is kind of full spoiler. I mean, sure, I did the spoiling the entire movie. If you did want to watch it, and you just wanted to see my thoughts on it and the spoiler parts of that, whatever, it's just weird. Oh, also, there was a weird part of the dream sequence that just made no fucking sense to me, and it's just really, it's just the whole we want Abby shit. Why? Especially if doesn't he not know that he has a daughter? The guy, but yeah, whatever, dude. It was weird. I don't get it. But yeah, that was the FNAF movie in a nutshell. Not recapped or anything. Until people actually, if you want it, let me know. I will definitely fucking do that. That would be amazing. And my first ever full recap of something. I don't know when I'm gonna upload tomorrow. I've been playing a lot of Spider-Man, but I really haven't had a lot to do. I might play COD with some people. I'll probably be live after this if this gets posted in time. Twitch TV/711 if you guys want to check in. Actually, some quite about the family. I've seen it, and yeah, I'm getting the hell out of here.